Is Wonder Woman a mess? This was alleged last week, but now the director has something to say. And that director's name is...
Patty Jenkins.
And she still got chicken. So this came from last week. I talked about it directly in a Nerd Alert segment shot on Friday, which was that this, Gracie Law is a pseudonym, by the way, for a former Warner Brothers employee who expressed a lot of disdain and disappointment for Warner Brothers CEO Kevin Tsujihara and Zack Snyder, and repeatedly messing up not just the trajectory of DC movies, but Warner Brothers movie slate in general. And she blamed, I don't know who it was, blamed them for getting a lot of people fired or laid off, rather, due to their creative missteps. One particularly damning part of it, though, that made me sad was that Gracie Law alleged that Wonder Woman is a mess despite a beautiful trailer. That trailer made me really happy.
Made me happy, but I was also like, this looks like Captain America.
I mean, it's a similar kind of like era, a fish out of water kind of thing.
I liked Captain America, and I did not expect to. I was like, what are we doing? Captain America feels corny.
Was closer to Thor.
People love it.
Because it's like, I come from this weird culture that's completely foreign to Earth. I'm a warrior. I'm a royalty member.
Why didn't I think of that before? That's absolutely right.
Kind of both.
So it's a mix. This movie seems like a mix of like the Captain America War, whatever. You're right. It did look awesome. The trailer
I loved it.
did look great.
Tingles. I almost cried. It was great.
Then again, the Suicide Squad trailer did look great. To the extent that they went back and got the trailer.
They hired the trailer editors to work on a competing cut of the movie, and that is another Nerd Alert video. But Patty Jenkins has responded. She's the director of Wonder Woman, to these allegations that her movie is a mess. Whoa, just saw this press about Wonder Woman having problems. Are they serious? This is some made-up BS right here. Made up. Produce a source, anyone. You can't, because it's entirely false. Don't believe the hype, people. Someone's trying to spread some serious misinfo. Isn't until you are intimately involved in these things that you realize how totally false these rumors can
be.
Let me reassure you, zero about the movie we are making has been called a mess by anyone in the know. Fact. Real lasso of truth time. She talks like me. Will reveal that letter to be false soon enough, but lame. Something so transparent in its agenda gets traction.
To be fair.
She writes like I yell. Or I yell like she writes. I don't know.
I love it. That's some BS misinfo here. To be fair, what's she going to write? No, he's right. They're right. It's a mess.
Well, I think she could write something a little bit more polished, like, oh, these are completely unfounded rumors. I know for firsthand that this movie is great, you know?
Yes, and good. She needs to say something like this, which is great. It's just like, guys, rumors aside, first, you shouldn't operate in this kind of weird space where you're believing rumors of someone who wrote this thing, though everything else in that Warner Brothers open letter seems pretty spot on. I can't stand... Listen, Zack Snyder, I said this on pretty much every Young Turks Network show. Zack Snyder is excellent at making films that demonstrate how awesome a TV and stereo system are at a Best Buy.
Okay. Do you say that also on like sports?
Yes, on sports.
Political Hour.
Specifically on Political Hour. But that's it. That's what Zack Snyder is good at, and no matter who
He's good at spectacle. He's not good at story.
Yeah, bring him in. Tap him to do a fight scene. Fantastic. That's the sports reference. That's a bullpen move. Like that. I need a lefty is what that means.
Does anyone know what time it is? I wear my watch up here.
No, but that's the thing. So I understand all that, and it's very frustrating to watch this DC universe put out profitable movies that seem to suck.
I mean, I think the true tragedy lies in the potential there, because these characters, they're so iconic. It might just be the way I grew up, like really paying attention to DC and the Justice League and specific characters. Like, I thought they were the gold standard. I thought Marvel like sucked in comparison, and now we have this cinematic universe situation trend going on, and Marvel's the leader, and DC is playing catch up a lot of the time. But what Gracie Law had to say was, like, after layoffs, like literally 1,000 jobs were lost. due to declining revenues and this idea that they're going to always stand by the creators in their creative vision. But if you're steering the ship wrong, a lot of people are probably going to suffer, not necessarily the captain.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe that they're 100% standing behind like the creative vision people who are usually the writers and the directors, because it seems like, and there's other stuff we'll talk about today on the different stories where it's as though the people in charge of steering, like the studio executives, are the ones who.
Oh, you mean like meddling?
At others, yeah, at meddling. And yeah, Marvel had some missteps with, like, Ant-Man seemed to have a lot of strange, like, combativeness between the studio and Edgar Wright.
Remember when Joss Whedon was like, I'm never directing a movie like Avengers 2 again. I'm so tired. I hated this.
Right, tired and hated it. But it seems to work out for the people who like for the people who like movies and like going to movies. So whatever that alchemy is of, the Marvel, Disney, and filmmakers coming together, that seems to work. Where at DC, it just seems to be like three people pointing in different directions.
Like, we have to hit these bullet points.
Yes.
And I don't care if it diverts your vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been the rumor behind the scenes, which is that Suicide Squad had two competing cuts, and the end turned out to be a compromise. Usually when things are a compromise, they don't end up pleasing anyone, really.
Right. Yeah,
like,
well, there's good compromises and there are bad compromises. And this one, anytime you're like, a central criticism of films since like the 70s is we've gotten further and further toward like selling a movie based on the trailer. And then the worst version of that is cutting the movie to look like the trailer. That's a problem. That's the tail wagging the dog, and that is why it probably the reason, or at least like the main symptom of why this sucks.
So I take
But I haven't seen it yet.
So you don't know that.
No, I'm so afraid. I'm going to see it this weekend, but I'm so sad now and afraid, and I definitely will be able to walk in.
I saw it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I reviewed it in length. If you guys want to check it out on the Facebook page, and if you're watching this on Facebook currently, that would be very easy for you. But I had fun. There were some severe problems.
Yeah.
The third act really fell apart.
Which is what they reshot.
Is it?
Like, I thought that's what they did. I thought they were some massive reshoots and then cutting stuff out and all that stuff.
It was fun, but it was just... There were some plot points that just made no sense, and then things coming together that there was no, like, there was a step 1 and a step 3, but no step 2, so I wonder what happened. Right. It was fine.
That's fine. That's good. And yeah, I'm sure if there's one place where people overreact, it's the comic book movie world where people love the source material so much. And I think Harry Potter was like this too, where there were people who were like,
I loved the Harry Potter books, and the movies are a different monster, but you have to expect that at some level. It's I don't know. Back to our original topic, though, was Wonder Woman. I hope Patty Jenkins can back up the way I yell, the way she talks on Twitter, because I have such high hopes for this movie, and the trailer really did blow me away. I sincerely hope that it works out. I'm a little concerned now that it won't. Audience, where are your feelings on this? Let me know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.